Overall, like, this is a really interesting draft for both sides. I think AL being the team to choose to index into more late game and to choose to index into this Azir Jhin, duo character
set in stone. Xiaohu's going to try to make it a 4 versus 1. So the first big play, the first big kill being hunted is onto Flandra. The stunlock is going to come across here, but his health bar is only down to about half, and Erha is going to fall to the turret. So Flandra makes it a 1-for-1, nearly making it a 2-for-1 as Tien also having to expend the flash. Very expensive die they were expecting to make, nonetheless, so they'll happily give that one up and still hold these lane assignments where they're currently at by this point.
This is the concern for Weibo when you look at this matchup is, okay, well, it's, AL are the early game team and Weibo are the late game team in terms of the narrative as we see the equalizer dropped here, but it's not like AL are bad in the late game. Like,
oh, here we go, though. There's that Pantheon ult you wanted. Flandra does not have access to the flash. He's going to try and use the E to heal up as much time as he needs because the teleports are starting to come across. Main doing as much work as he can, but with the response teleport from Xiaohu, Flandra is going to fall, and Shanks will not be able to fly in and try and trade any of those kills. There's the immediate Pantheon
for him if he did, but just going to be a dissuaded dive, and Dragon here is going to be started by Weibo.
They do have a lot more control over the river. They got pink wards on both sides of the river, and Kyle with a way too far forward escapade. That was a gift of a kill. Kyle, rarely out of position, is there, gives away a pretty big kill. The Dragon should be secured for Weibo, but the trade here is Flandra's Yorick being an absolute menace. Breathe trying to escape and flashes towards the enemy turret to try and buy space for the Flame Spinner, but his fate has been sealed. One more scrap shield is going to buy him a bit more time. And this boy is just about wasting the time of Flandra because he has earned his first solo bolo on this Yorick.
Yeah, it's a huge trade, but it's just a big mistake from the Weibo Gaming top laner who has been known to be caught out in sides at points throughout his career. So,
here we go. The Aurora Pantheon, this Riemann shuffle whiffs. And Xiaohu perfectly sets up Tien to fly in. Back. Game 1, we're already going blow for blow. Each of these teams are matching each other and right on tote. Here it is, Breathe being the weak side. Unfortunate benefactory of another dive here from AL, who look clean on their play. Cross maps galore going on right now, but the mid lane may have some action as well as Hope. Potentially spots out Erha looking for an engage angle, pops the Yomus, but we'll be able to stay safe under that turret and allow Flandra more space on that top side. And Tarzan might be looking for more here. Has the Herald, going to drop it in the mid lane. This is Anyone's Legend showing how well they play the map right now, but they have a team fight coming their way. The problem is Erha's taking a ton of damage on the front side of this, and they're going to get the stun through thanks to Sejuani. Hope hits another shot into the heart of Erha. Flandra is getting a tier 2 turret, and AL are still winning fights, breaking structures. This is why AL are so feared right now in the LPL.
What a fight from Anyone's Legend. About as well played as you could ask for. The teleport coming in from Xiaohu. He's behind Flandra. He could potentially look for the 1v1 here now.
He used his ult on the bot side to kill off Shanks. So this TP falls flat in
gaming. Erha uses every last ounce of his CC to lock down Tarzan. There's just not enough damage, and now, Tarzan once again going to be the priority target.
But you're chasing a Sejuani with just Pantheon Leona. Not enough reliable damage to break through Tarzan's blockade. The lane assignment starts to get a bit different now, and Flandra actually wants the fight into Xiaohu, who gets his ultimate back up here. Flandra trying to use the Spade healing to out-trade Xiaohu, but he's not going to get the main up in time. And, well, we start out rusty at points for both of our squads now. That was kind of an Aaron 1v1 to take, I feel. To get out of the same brush he was claimed by Erha, but this time he has Tarzan to lead out. He's going to try and start the first fight out here as the Takeist member on the Rift. Going to hold the front line down here for AL, who have made it clear that they are not going to be giving up soul point this early without a fight. Or Weibo up to the challenge, though, because Tarzan is going to look with the Glacial Prison, find his mark on the Tien. Maybe not the best target. Equalizer. It's a choke point for the Equalizer as well with the Aurora ultimate. Kyle is going to fall force. The crit shots don't find any mark just yet, but Shanks this time round gets to stand tall with his Sand Soldiers, and Hope is finding the shots to break the will of Weibo. A chokehold exactly where Weibo want to be fighting, but AL just better right now.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice equalizer. Xiaohu gonna try and pull off some miracle play here. He's stepping up. He wants to engage this.
He's too late, and he eats a deadly flourish right to the face. Xiaohu mispositioned. Tien comes in with the Grand Starfall. He's only gonna be able to trade Shanks here. Goes into the Unstoppable, but Hope hits another big crit shot. And Weibo, they just gift away an Anacon off the back of the Cloud Drake.
Slayer, what just happened? What was that call from Weibo Gaming? Xiaohu goes in 1v4, immediately gets a 0 ulted and dies. Tien goes in after his entire team is dead. Stormtrooper-esque. Yes, he's able to pick up the kill.
Not having, like, you know, the best clicks is what everyone likes to throw around, but just positioning all around. This game on this Jhin, he has been locked in. Flandra's been locked into these 1v2s a lot this series. Now it's going to be 1 versus 3s, but he uses the play place, buys a bit of time here. Xiaohu teleports in with the Between Worlds. Flandra is going to die,
Shanks.
but he's bought so much time and taken so many resources away from Weibo. They're completely split, but so is Shanks. He has to buy time for the rest of his team to get here. There's the curtain call over, and there is the alley-oop into the dunk, but the curtain call does get canceled, and that buys enough time for them to kill off Shanks. Now it is only Hope, the only damage dealer up here for AL, as their front line begins to crumble. Tarzan is going to have to bring the rest of Weibo away from them, and just like that, the team fighting that got it done for Weibo against JDG gets them a huge spot in game 1 again.
We're going to see if either of these two teams want to full commit to this. It looks like Weibo want to step up.
It's the exact same choke here, K-Man. The Weibo thought they had the right fight in. They're going to try part 2 as Erha swings on into Hope, but goes way too far forward on his lonesome. Kyle punishes it. We're not going to talk about that Glacial Prison from Tarzan because it looks like Weibo are content backing out for now. Their only target really going to be the Maiden, because Flandra, while his main counterpart holds the rest of Weibo at whole, is going to take the Dragon. So Erha's definitely him on the weak side. Tarzan wants to give some love to his teammate, trying to punish this TP from Breathe, and he can't get it out in time. He's going to burn the stasis, just buying space for Weibo on the top side. But that is an absolute turn to the decimation on the side lanes we saw Flandra getting all game long.
Yeah, we talked about side lane pressure being important. Why not just make it, you know, actual pressure? We don't have to make it just a Yorick split pushing if you have established so much vision around Baron. There's no way Weibo can walk up. See the teleport coming in from the Yorick. They're just going to start up this Baron.
All right, they feel like Flandra is strong enough to team fight 5v5. The Baron has been spotted being taken by Weibo. It's going to have to be Tien's ult, like you called out, K-Man, but they have no idea what Baron timer it's on, and he just doesn't want to pull the trigger into 5 members.
Yeah, this is just a macro disaster class for Weibo Gaming. They're completely out of position. Baron is given over for 3. Their base is going to get destroyed. They can't take this Dragon.
They have Tien's ultimate for a flank opportunity, but like you called out, there are major waves pushing on 2 fronts right now that Weibo are going to have to clean up. You see Tien on the lower side of mid lane. He's not confident pulling the trigger because the team has to clean up so many of these waves. They're going to lose the top tier 3 just like that. Tien, where is that Grand Starfall? Because it looks like AL want to scrap, and they get rid of Erha with 2 shots of the curtain call, and it's just total chaos. Weibo are crumbling over the crushing might of anyone's legend. It's a complete rout of a fight, 4 for nothing, and just like that, game over. AL take our series lead.
Absolute masterclass from AL on how to play with the Baron buff, and they are going to run that masterclass right into the base to dominate game number 1.
A team in Weibo